Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 mistakes to avoid when applying for credit cards. Let's jump right into it. Mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 would be being unaware of the credit card application rules. So, with all of the credit cards that I have to be very aware of each issuer's application rules in order for me to have the best success rate in getting approved for the credit cards. For example, I have a lot of American Express cards, I have a lot of Chase cards, I have some Bank of America cards, US Bank. Each issuer is not the same. US Bank is very stringent on their application rules. Like some of their credit cards, you need to have a relationship established with the bank in order to get approved. So if I don't know that going in, I'm going to risk a hard pull to my credit report, a hard pull that will stay on your credit report for 2 years. It will affect your credit for 1 year, but it still stays on your credit report and it's still unnecessary and it could negatively affect your credit score. Obviously, your credit score goes down when you take a hard pull, but it is unnecessary if you know going in, hey, US Bank isn't going to approve me for this credit card unless I have a relationship with them. So you have to take that thinking into each issuer. You have to do your research. I typically just do a Google search, like a quick Google search, anytime I'm applying for a credit card, just to make sure that I'm up on any new application rules, such as if I'm applying for a Bank of America card, I typically know the application rules. So I know Bank of America, they kind of want you, or this is a good example. Some credit card issuers, they don't let you have the same exact credit card. Again, Bank of America is different though. They will. So because I know this, I am not scared. I am not going to be afraid to apply, or it's not going to prevent me from applying. It's not going to negatively affect my credit card strategy because I know that I can have more than one Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit card. All right. So each issuer obviously is going to be different, but typically US Bank is known as a stricter bank. American Express is known as a more relaxed bank for applications, but not for other things. Like American Express, they're really stingy about sign-up bonuses. They won't let you get the same sign-up bonus again, unlike US Bank or Bank of America. They will let you get the same sign-up bonus again. So this is dependent on the issuer whether or not you will be successful with getting approved for a credit card while having that same credit card open. More credit card application rules that you should be aware of are things like the 524 rule. Chase has a 524 rule that you can't get approved for another Chase card if you've opened 5 or more credit accounts within the past 24 months. You just have to know this going in. It affects your strategy, and I wouldn't want you to not be approved for a credit card just because you don't know this. So that's why I'm glad you're here. And if you're just joining me, hit the like button for me. I'm going through 5 credit card not 5 credit card application rules, 5 mistakes to avoid when applying for credit cards. I'm trying to help you get approved. I'm trying to help you get more credit limits, get more credit allotted to you. So that increases your utilization rate, because around here, we use credit cards smartly. All right. We make sure that the banks pay us in order to have the credit cards. That's what I try to teach you on this channel. Let's jump into number 2. Go ahead and leave comments whenever, and I'll jump back to those comments if I need to go back to point number 1 again about being unaware of the credit card application rules. I will, but we're going to go ahead and jump into number 2. The number 2 mistake that you're making when applying for credit cards is underreporting your income. So each credit card application, they're going to ask you what your income is. What they're trying to do is they're trying to see something called debt to income ratio. So, and this is going to affect the credit limit that they decide to give you. The debt to income ratio is also going to be used to determine how much available credit that the issuer, the bank, is going to give you overall amongst all of the cards that you have. If you only have one card with them, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you're like me and you have multiple cards with an issuer such as American Express, an issuer who I have the maximum amount of cards that you can have with them. So they're not really trying to give me more credit limits. But when applying for credit cards, people underreport their income. And here's how they do it. Whenever they're in the application and it asks for your income, there's usually some very small writing that says something along the lines of pretty much anyone who you share financial responsibility with, their income should be reported. Like their income is basically your income. And then they usually have like a part where it says, you don't have to, like an optional part where you're saying like, you don't have to report alimony or child support or things like that, random things, but you definitely want to include everybody who you share finances with. So this for you will probably be your household. So in your household, however many people are involved in the monthly expenses, the monthly upkeep of a house, those people's incomes now become your income that you report to that credit card. This inevitably is going to increase the available credit to you. And then that's going to give you higher credit limits. Now, is it going to be crazy high? It probably doesn't do have the effect that you might think it have. Like if you report 50,000 and now you report 100,000, all right, maybe you get maybe a few thousand more in credit limit. It's not like, oh, you report 50,000, you used to report 50,000, now you report 100,000. They're gonna bump you up another 20,000. It's probably not that big of a deal, but it's big enough of a deal that every thousand kind of counts. Like, remember in those early days when you were getting credit cards and you were getting $500 credit limits and $1,000? Like every 500 kind of matters. There's a reason why, sometimes you'll get a credit limit. Everyone has like a random credit limit that's like 3,100, 6,100, 1,700. Why do you think they didn't just give you 2,000? Why do you think they didn't just give you 3,000? Because those numbers really do matter. So you want to report the maximum amount that you can, and the fine print anytime you are applying for a credit card is usually going to tell you report all the income available to you, something along those lines. So that is number 2, underreporting. And if you are just joining me, hit the like button for me. Bebo is right. Bebo, thank you for being in the chat. Hit the like button for me. And then also remember to subscribe to this channel because I am here for you. I am here to make sure you are successful with applying for credit cards and that you get all the credit cards that you want so you can benefit the way that I do. I benefit immensely from credit cards, from travel to, just monthly expenses being subsidized because I'm getting literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month in order to just keep credit cards. Now, part of that is because I have a special benefit being active duty military. But another part of that is even if I wasn't active duty military, I would still be getting a lot of benefit from having credit cards because I am using credit cards the smart way and making the banks pay me to have them. Ooh, sorry about that. All right, moving on. Number 3. DC Gemini's in the chat. Yes, sir. All right, number 3. All right. Third mistake that you're making when applying for credit cards. thinking that you need to have a business in order to get approved for a business credit card. Now, a lot of people really don't know this, but just because it's a business credit card doesn't mean you have to have an actual business. Before I had businesses, I was approved for business credit cards. I didn't need to have some big business with a bunch of people working for me in order to get approved for it. Now, you might think, okay, even if you don't have a business, why would a business credit card be beneficial to you? A business credit card is still going to be beneficial. For one, business credit cards don't show up on your credit report usually. So you can run up a balance on a business credit card as long as you pay it off. Usually in the early stages of getting a sign-up bonus, you're probably going to be running up a balance in order to get the sign-up bonus. Usually by the statement close date, when it reports to the credit bureau, it's going to probably negatively affect your utilization. You don't have that issue with business credit cards. They're not going to show up on your credit report, so a high balance isn't going to show up. This is also useful if you want to be irresponsible with credit. Now, if you want to be irresponsible with credit, you got to go somewhere else, because on this channel, we're being responsible with our credit. But if you want to be irresponsible with credit and you want to run up some bags on a credit card, on a business credit card, the best way to do that is by getting a business credit card, which isn't going to show up on your credit report. Now, I don't want you to take that information and just go do whatever it is that you want to do on a business credit card and not pay it. No, I'm just telling you, if you did that, it would not show up on your credit report until you were delinquent or something like that. If you got like a negative mark on your credit, they find a way to alert other credit issuers that, you're not to be trusted. And I don't want that to be you. So I want you to use business credit cards smartly. If another way that you can use a business credit card, and I haven't used this yet, but it might make sense to use it if you get the chance. If you balance transfer onto a business credit card and it's a large enough balance that you didn't want to, hold onto a personal credit card, then that large balance, let's say it's $10,000 that you wanted to balance transfer into a business credit card. Now that large balance, it doesn't get reported to the credit bureaus. So like you're good to go. I mean, you obviously still want to pay it off and not pay interest, things like that. So it's a good way to avoid paying interest by doing a balance transfer to a business credit card if you have the opportunity, which I have a decent amount of business credit cards and I don't really remember seeing the opportunity. I suppose if I chat any of the credit card issuers up who I have business credit cards with, they might send me some mail for business for a balance transfer, but don't take that as gospel. All right, a lot of the stuff that I'm saying is kind of gospel, but that one, don't take that as gospel. Another thing is business credit cards offer pretty good benefits even if you don't have a business. For example, Chase credit cards, they don't have a category dedicated to gas. None of their personal credit cards do. However, one of their business credit cards, the Business Inc. Cash, has a 2% back on gas on a business card. Now, you don't have to have a business to have the card, so you're just using it as basically your gas card. All right, because no other category of spend is going to give you as much value back as that gas category, unless you had a Freedom Flex and it was 5% on gas for a quarter. That's the only way. There isn't another quarter or another credit card that's going to give you that type of benefit. Now, some credit cards, they might give you, more of a percentage back on gas, but they might not be a currency that you would readily use. Let's say IHG gave you 3x on gas. Well, how useful are IHG points to you? They might not be very useful to you. However, Chase Ultimate Reward points are very useful, would be very useful for you. So earning those Chase UR points in the business category, for a business category, but it's still going to transfer to your personal account if you wanted it to. So it doesn't really matter where you earn it from. They all pool together. All right. So that's another way that if you didn't get business credit cards, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you needed them to supplement your spend by getting money back on categories that, the personal cards don't have, but the business cards do. All right. I think I beat that with a dead horse. So, yeah, you don't need a business to get a business credit card. Now, what happens is when people apply for business credit cards and they don't have a business, there comes a point where you think, all right, now I got to put my EIN, my EIN in. Well, most of the time, it's not really going to be necessary. You're going to be able to get by putting your social security number in and just using that and claiming sole proprietorship. Because while, yes, you can get a business credit card without having an actual business, but maybe start thinking about ways that you would like to start a business. And then some business credit cards are going to ask you what type of income are you making with your business? And now you gotta, in my mind, this is not financial advice. In my mind, you would have to start projecting. All right. Start projecting how much you think you would make or how much you would want to make within maybe the first year or so of owning your business. And that should be good enough. Now, don't go crazy. Don't think, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire with my business in the first year. All right. Let's be real. All right. So that is number 3. And feel free to hit that like button on the video and also subscribe to the channel because I'm here to give you, to just help you with all things credit cards. I've been doing this for a while, so I've just gathered some knowledge over the years, and I want to make sure I impart that knowledge on you and that helps you. And also, since I was just talking about business credit cards, I'll go ahead and let you know some of the best business credit cards are going to be with Chase. Chase has really good business credit cards. The 2 that I recommend are the Business Inc. Unlimited and the Business Inc. Cash. Those are the ones I recommend. And if you use the link tree that I just posted in the chat, you could apply for a Chase business credit card. Just make sure that you're not over 524, no more than 5 credit cards gotten within the past 24 months. And you should get approved. I also have videos on the channel about getting approved for Chase credit cards, Chase Business Inc. credit cards. But hopefully it's easy enough for you to navigate and let me know if you get approved. Now, I will move on to number 4. All right. The 4th mistake that you're making when applying for credit cards is not having a plan to maximize benefits. For those of you with American Express Platinum cards, which should be some of you watching this video, especially if you're military, are you using all of the benefits that are available to you? The American Express Platinum card has the most benefits of any card to ever exist. So I imagine you're probably not using every benefit, but are you using every benefit that you can use? For example, there's this, let me look at the chat real quick. It Girl Cat says, found out the hard way, Chase's 520 rule. Should have checked my report before applying. Yep. Yeah, you gotta check that Chase 524 rule, but I'm glad that you're on a video like this where you can learn that information. But back to the American Express Platinum card. So the American Express Platinum card has this private jet perk, and I just haven't found time to use it yet. But I haven't used it. All right. So I'm technically wasting that benefit just because I'm just so busy that I can't use the private jet perk. All right. So this this would be like a wasted benefit for me. When I'm logging all the benefits that I can use and I see that private jet perk, I'm just like, man, I'm leaving money on the table. All right. For you, it might be you didn't use your Saks credit, you know, last year. Or like, so basically, hang on, getting getting a message from player 2 that asking if the stream just ended. Okay. All right, the stream is good. Turn that off. Bear with me for a second. All right. For you, it might be the Saks credit. Now, the Saks credit is a $50 per half year. So from January to June, July to December, you get $50 in Saks credits, and they don't roll over. So you have to get the $50 in the period specified. So if you don't use that, if you don't get your 50, then you technically just lost $50 of the money that you could have had on the card. This is bad. You want to make a plan to use all the benefits. A card that I was just approved for, this Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite card. This card comes with a lifestyle credit. Now, if I don't use the $150 lifestyle credit before the year's up, I wasted $150. You don't want to leave that type of money on the table. You want to have a plan going in. You want to look at the benefits available to you, and you just want to say, all right, I know how I'm going to use this. I know how I'm going to use that. Boom, $150 lifestyle credit. All right, I know that Uber Cash or Lyft Cash, I can use it on that, which I've done. I've used the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elites $150 lifestyle credit on Uber Cash. Same thing with this card. This is the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve. You want to have a plan to be able to use the $325 travel credit. All right. So just have a plan. You don't have to have a full plan on what you want to do with the sign up bonus, because that's going to require a little bit more strategy to be able to use, because sometimes you don't even know if there's going to be a transfer bonus for a sign up bonus that you get. So if you get 50,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, and then 2 months later, while you have the points, you see a transfer bonus to Aeroplan, and now your points they're going to transfer and be 30% more, you might take that. But then you got to see whether it'd be worth it just booking through the Chase travel portal or getting 30% more points with Aeroplan. It's not always clear what the right thing to do is, but usually the right thing to do is to get the most value back for what you're doing. So you want to make sure that you're getting the reward, all the rewards that you get with a card. You want to make sure that you use them. You want to maximize your benefits. With American Express Platinum cards, you have Saks credits, you have Fine Hotels and Resorts credits, you have Equinox credits. Now, this is a credit that I leave on the table because I don't go to an Equinox gym or anything like that. I don't have one of those bikes. So, or like, I don't know if they still do the Peloton credit or, yeah. So I don't have one of those. So I don't use that. But, like the private jet perk, because I'm on a lot of private jets all the time, I got to use that one. I just haven't had time. All right. So maximize the benefits with the cards that you apply for. If you're around here using your American Express after you get a sign up bonus, if you're using your American Express Platinum card for every purchase, you're doing things wrong. All right. You want to strategically look at the benefits and decide, all right, these are the benefits I'm going to use, especially within a calendar year. These are the benefits I'm going to use. And these are the points that I'm going to earn using this card as well. So after a sign up bonus is done, you shouldn't be using an American Express Platinum card to really earn you a bunch of membership award points. I would, if you really needed to earn membership award points, I would go ahead and get a Blue Business Plus credit card where you're going to get 2% back on every purchase. That's how you actually earn membership award points. Yes, you can get an everyday preferred or a blue cash every day, all that stuff. Or I think some of those are like cashback cards. But me, if I'm on American Express and I'm earning membership award points, you could also have like a gold card, the American Express gold card, 4% back, 4x back points on dining purchases. Strategic, right? You just want to make sure that you're understanding that, um, make sure that the benefits of the card are aligning with your goals and you're not doing things like getting 1x back on everything just because you have a credit card. You probably would need another credit card now. And I know that sounds weird to some people. Having more than one credit card, what is this? You're trying to make me go into debt. No, I'm just trying to help you earn more points. I'm trying to put more money into your pocket. I'm trying to make sure that you get more value out of having credit cards. That's why I would want you to have more credit cards. I don't want you to have more just to have them. You know, there's got to be a rhyme and reason to it. It Girl Cat says, "Yep, just picked up the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited. Bet, nice. How much is the sign up bonus for that right now? I guess I can check. I guess you guys can check with me. Cat just picked up the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited. Let's see. Oh, I guess you guys can follow along with me. So I have a link for Chase Business cards. Chase Business Inc. Unlimited is doing okay, $750 back, cash back after you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after account opening. All right, that's pretty good. $750. And if you were to have back to the main camera, if you were to have a Chase Sapphire Reserve or a Chase Sapphire Preferred to a lesser extent, you'd be able to transfer. Basically, it's cash back, but they would give it to you in the form of points, and you could just transfer those over to your Chase Sapphire Preferred or Chase Sapphire Reserve, and now they're worth 50% more, or for the Preferred, they're going to be worth 25% more. So it's a good deal. So that 50% more with when used to book travel through the Chase Travel Portal, that 750 is now the equivalent to I cannot math right now. It's definitely over $1,000. So business credit cards can be very lucrative for you. So, but yeah, that's number 4. Yeah, not having a plan to maximize benefits. Um, yeah, always go into getting these credit cards strategically. That's what I want to impart on you. And now that brings us to the main event. The main event of this episode, that 5th one. Let me check the stream, see how many likes we got. All right, I see we're at 7 likes. Can we get to 10 likes so I can give this 5th reason? Get to 10 likes. But while we wait for the likes to go up, how's everybody out there doing? How's everyone out there doing? Also, if we get to 10, I might spit some bars. I might spit some credit card bars as well. All right. That'll that'll be something fun. Oh, still at 7 likes. Come on, guys, give me the 10. Oh, oh, someone hit the 8 likes and then they took it away. I'll give it back. Give it back. All right. So we can get into this fifth and final reason. Thank you. Thank you for giving it back. No, just because you gave it back, we'll go ahead and get that fifth and final reason. So so we can move on with our lives. All right. Fifth and final reason. Fifth and final reason, or fifth and final mistake that you're making when applying for credit cards. On this channel, I basically teach you almost how to extract money from the banks. All right. We all know banks aren't just out to give you money out of the goodness of their heart. They want to take as much money from you. All right. That's why credit cards are, by most people's estimation, bad, because people know that people pay a lot of interest. People know that the banks know that you're probably not going to be responsible with credit. They know these. They know this going in. They know that you're probably going to overspend. All right. They know you're going to use a credit card and, you're going to run it up. They're going to give you a nice balance, a nice credit limit, and you're going to put a hefty balance and have to pay it back over years. So they know this. All right. And what I try to teach you is, instead of letting the banks control you, now you let them pay you. All right. You let them give you money. And one of the ways that you can do that, and this is the fifth mistake that people are making, is not using referral links. What I mean by that is, if you go directly to the bank's website, so if I go to chase.com and apply for a card, then really only Chase is going to win off that. You are better off using a referral link, because not only do you win, because you're going to get a sign up bonus off of it, but someone else gets to win, whether it's me or someone else gets to win off that too. If you apply, like if I apply for an American Express card through Amex's website and I didn't use a referral link, or I didn't use like Player Two's referral link, then only Chase is winning. Yes, I win a little bit, but I didn't spread any wealth. I didn't let Player Two get a referral. So I recommend using referral links whenever you can, whenever it makes sense. If the bonus off of a referral link is less than the public offer, then obviously you got to use the public offer. But a referral link generally is going to be the same as a public offer. Sometimes it could be more. I don't typically see it. I typically see that when my referral links are used, or when I see my referral links, they are the same as the public offer. But you want to compare those, because the goal is to win. You use credit cards to win, to get money, to make money for you, take your family on vacations, on trips, to, have nice experiences. That's what I think the end goal is. You don't want to have to be, you don't want to owe the bank more money and then not be able to get value out of the bank. So one of the ways that you extract value out of the bank is through a sign-up bonus. And one of the ways that you pass it forward and let someone else benefit from you benefiting from the bank is to use a referral link. And I hope that is more clear. That's more clear of why like referral links are actually important, because they help to spread the wealth of for the points. So for me, I use, like, people use my referral links. I use those the points that I earn from referral links. I use that to travel the world, and then I show you guys, my travels. You can see on screen Ty 600. That's my Instagram. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see me traveling the world. I'm trying to be a living proof, a living example of the type of lifestyle that you should be living. Especially if you're active duty military, if you're civilian, you should still be living it too. But especially if you're active duty military, thank you for your service. And I think we have certain days of the year, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, all that stuff, and we honor our service members. But you ever see like a veteran, like a veteran, like panhandling? Don't you think that's a little weird? Don't you think it's a little odd that we have it like that in this country? So I think that you serve your country. If you go out and you die, or you decide that you're going to give your life for a country, you should probably be treated pretty well in this country. And I gotta say, I'm treated pretty well in this country. When I'm in Park City and I'm at the Waldorf Astoria, I'm enjoying life. Yeah. Bad things do happen to me. Like events do happen to me in this country where I'm like, even while I'm traveling, I'm like, I don't really like that. I think I was just either discriminated against, but overall, I would say I'm pretty lucky. Maybe one day I'll tell this story of what happened to me in Reno. Reno was crazy. I wasn't even, oh man. One day I'll tell that story. Uh, Maybe if we get enough likes, maybe maybe if we hit a certain subscriber count, I'll tell the Reno story. It's a really funny one. Um, It Girl Cat in the comments says CRS is acting funny, but will pick up at end of year. CRS? Are you talking about the CSRs and the Chase FI Reserve? It Girl Cat? But yeah, back to what I was saying about referral links. Yeah, so only the bank wins when you apply through just the bank's regular website. Um, Try to make sure that if you're getting a credit card, you apply through a referral link. I think that's a good deal. And I know I can say that because I'm like right here on YouTube and I'm, pushing videos, and, I'm, making sure that my referral links are in the chat. But, if you have a spouse and you guys both have credit cards, it might be like you might be leaving money on the table if you don't use their referral link. Let's say you and your spouse both have an American Express card. Use each other's referral links if you apply for more cards. Now, this may be a situation where, because I have so many cards, it doesn't apply to a lot of people that don't have as many cards. But if it does apply to you, just know you can use like your spouse's referral link and you can earn points. It's not like a self referral. Self referrals are a little bit more frowned upon, but using like a spouse's referral links, or a friend, or like someone on YouTube like myself, these this way, you spread the wealth. Like other people, can earn from you applying, and now the bank has to shove more points out, and everybody wins, right? Um, yeah, I hope you decide to use a referral link next time you apply, whether it's mine or whether it's someone else's. I hope you decide to use a referral link because, um, well, some banks don't offer referral links. Like I have a lot of videos on Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite. They don't offer, or Bank of America doesn't offer a referral link. They should, with the amount of videos I have. That'd be nice, but it's fine. But the banks that do, check the link tree and apply for your card. Let me check to see. Did we even get to that 10? Oh, we got 9. Can I get that 10th like? Por favor? And then I'll do a recap on the 5 ways or the 5 mistakes that you're making when applying for credit cards. Can I get that 10th like, please? Por favor. Well, I know we got at least one ninja watcher, one person in there that's just watching and it's like, he hasn't earned my like yet. Well, now let me just run through this recap of all 5 of these mistakes that you're making. All right, maybe I'll get you to come around after I give the recap. All right, fine. All right. Reason or mistake number 1, being unaware of credit card application rules before you apply for. Oh, I got that 10th like. Appreciate it. Thanks for not being a ninja watcher. All right. Mistake number 1, not being aware of credit card application rules. American Express, Chase, Barclays, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Discover, Capital One. Do a quick Google search. Credit card application rules, Bank of America, Chase, credit card application rules. Just do a quick search. All right. And then make sure that after you do a little bit of research, this might take you 2 minutes. Might. But if you have strategy, then this is going to be even more important because some cards need to go before others. For example, when I got my U.S. Bank, my first U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve card, this card, show you like that. When I first got this card, you had to have a relationship with U.S. Bank. Why? That was a problem for me because as someone who is on the East Coast of the United States, U.S. banks are not over here. They don't exist. Now, a relationship with the bank can be accomplished in a number of ways. You can have a mortgage, you can have a credit card, you can have a bank account. Usually the easiest way is to have a bank account with a bank. That is a relationship. They see that as this is a customer of us, a customer of ours. I am not eligible to get a bank account with US Bank. At the time, this was years ago. Since then, somebody threw it in the chat for me that military, they can get a bank account. They could get a bank account. I don't know how true that was back in 2022. It could have been still true then, but whatever. The application rules, they require that you have a relationship. So what did I do? I ended up applying for the US Bank Triple Cash, the business Triple Cash card. And that is how I established a relationship. I mostly wanted to apply for a credit card that wouldn't necessarily show up on my account, on my credit report. So I went with the US Bank Triple Cash because I was like, all right, at least when I apply for this card, it's not going to negatively impact me. Well, yes, there was a hard pull involved, but that goes away. Because I didn't really want to keep the business card, but I still have it, so it's still fine. But that's an example of an application rule that allowed me to get another card. This was part of the strategy. This is what I'm trying to get you to think strategically about credit cards, because I literally had to get one credit card to get another credit card. Does that sound a little crazy? Having to get a credit card to get another credit card? Like that sounds pretty crazy. And then, I could do this whole stream on the amount of American Express Platinum application rules I've had to use, the amount of Chase application rules I've had to use. So making sure we're using application rules to our advantage, being aware of them so that we don't make grave mistakes. Sure, plenty of people in the chat, plenty of people watching, plenty of people will comment of mistakes that they made. And it's best that you avoid those mistakes. So luckily, I have videos where I tell you mistakes that I've made so you don't have to make them. Recap. The second biggest mistake, that we're making is underreporting income. Remember, when they ask for your income, you use all the income available to you, all the income that is used in your household or people you share financial responsibility with, people who would be responsible for your debts. Use all that income. So that if that turns you from 50,000 a year to now 100,000 a year, yes, that's a good thing because that is then going to affect your debt to income ratio. That is going to affect the credit limit that they will lend to you. The credit limit they will lend to you across all cards is going to matter. But if it's your first card, then um, they will start mapping to the first limit that they got for you. For example, this U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve, I believe the first credit limit that I got on that was a $15,000 credit limit. The second U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve that I got, which was this past month, I believe they gave me a $17,000 credit limit. So they basically took my first limit and they kind of mapped to it. They're like, all right, we're used to giving him this amount, so now we're going to give him just a little bit more. All right. So that's why getting started off on the right foot is so important with credit cards, because the issuer is going to look at the credit limit you already have and they're going to map to it. Now, it doesn't mean that, just because you have a $20,000 credit limit with one card, you're automatically going to get, $20,000 with the next card. That's not what that means. Because once you reach your limit, which is not disclosed, your limit with a issuer, basically it's like the maximum amount of credit limit that they want to give you according to your income level, then you'll apply for credit cards and you'll get less. I'll give a prime example of the Hilton Aspire credit card. My first Hilton Aspire credit card, I think I got like a $17,000 credit limit. And then like my second Hilton Aspire card, I'm pretty sure I got a $3,100 credit limit. And then the last Hilton Aspire card, I believe it was a $10,000 credit limit. So it ebbs and flows because of the total credit limit available to me. And then that total credit limit is also based on the income that I report. So they want to be in bounds of whatever it is that their algorithm tells them to be in bounds of. So just more examples of you need to be aware of the credit card application rules. And that brings us to a recap of the third biggest mistake that you're making when applying for credit cards. And that is thinking that you need to have a business in order to apply for business credit cards. And I already gave all the reasons why you don't necessarily need a business and why it would be lucrative for you. It would be beneficial for you to have a business credit card because it doesn't show up on credit reports. Sometimes the rewards earned on business credit cards are better than the ones earned on, or they supplement the ones earned on personal cards. So they're useful. They're useful for pulling points a lot of the times. Sometimes they offer pretty good bonuses. As you can see, someone in the chat, It Girl Cat, she applied for the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited, and that's a 750 point or 750 or 750 point. That's that gives cash back of $750 for spending 6,000. Let me go back to, that gives $750 bonus cash after you spend 6,000 in the first 6 months. That's a really good sign-up bonus. So, you want to use business credit cards, definitely. If you like a membership rewards setup with American Express, then you need to be using the Blue Business Plus, definitely. Don't get the Blue Business Cash. It's not worth it. Don't do that. All right, get the Blue Business Plus. The Blue Business Plus is your friend. All right. And if you want like Chase credit cards, the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited is great. The Chase Business Inc. The Chase Business Inc. Cash is great. All right. I have one of those, and then player two has the other one. So I didn't need to get both, which is nice. All right. Now, reason number four, not reason. I keep saying reason. Mistake number 4 on this recap is not having a plan to maximize the benefits. You want to go in kind of knowing how you want to use the benefits, because if you don't use certain benefits, a la American Express Platinum's $50 Saks credit, or the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite's $150 lifestyle credit, then you run the risk of the card not being worth it for you. And that's one thing that I would hate to happen. I would hate for you to cancel a card because you ended up paying a higher annual fee than what you were able to ascertain from the card. I want the card to pay you. I want the bank to pay you. So that's why I need you to be really strategic when you're applying for credit cards and when you're getting thinking about which benefits that you want to get from a card. Map it out a little bit. There's nothing wrong with pulling out your phone and making a little note before you apply for the card and just seeing the dollar amount and how you may use that, so that you don't let a credit or a benefit lapse and you're not able to use it, and now the card costs more to maintain, or now the card actually costs you money out of pocket in order to have. And I don't want that for you. I want you to benefit from having credit cards more than the bank does. All right, I'm not anti-bank, but I definitely want the banks to pay you. At least if I can have some type of effect in this world, I want people to have been better off with the banks having known of me, having met me. I know that's really hard to do, but I'm trying to do my part. I'm trying. All right. So reason number 4 is not maximizing the benefits with the cards, letting credits lapse. American Express Bonvoy Brilliant has a $25 per month dining credit. You better use that every single month. It does not carry over. All right. So you got to do it. All right. If you have to make a note, if you have to set a reminder, because most of you don't have 30 cards like I do, 40 cards like I do. So the few cards that you do have, it doesn't take that much. It doesn't take that long to map it out so that you get all the benefits. And then mistake number 5 that people make when applying for credit cards, and that is not using referral links. Referral links help give someone else a benefit other than yourself in the bank. Because if you go through just the bank's website, if I go to chase.com and apply for a card, only Chase wins. I mean, I win if I get the sign-up bonus. That's if I get the sign-up bonus. All right. I've missed a sign-up bonus before in life. The Chase IHG card, this was 2019. The Chase IHG card had a sign-up bonus and I missed it. It was my fault for not being aware. And this comes with not being able to maximize the benefits, number 4, because I wasn't aware of the spend amount when I applied for the card, but I ended up missing it and I would have made it. It's not like, oh, I didn't spend enough, or yes, I mean, I didn't spend enough, but it's not like I couldn't spend enough because I didn't have any expenses. It was like I had the expenses. I just didn't spend enough within the time frame on that card. I spent like $2,000 because I thought that bonus was $2,000. Turns out the next day, the bonus ended up being $2,000 or spend $2,000. But the previous day when I applied, the bonus was spend $3,000 and get your $140,000 or $160,000 IHG points. So I messed up. And missed the spin on IHG. So only Chase won because they didn't have to give up that 140,000 points. They didn't have to give up that 160,000 points. Only Chase won. All right. And I hit up Chase. I tried to get the points. They wouldn't budge. So I lost out. So only the banks win when you apply through the bank's website. If you apply using a referral link, whether it's your spouse or, don't do self-referrals. Self-referrals meaning using your own referral links in order to apply for credit cards, because those are generally frowned upon. But you would want to use someone else's referral link, especially when applying for a card and it's the same as the public offer. That way someone else benefits. I personally, when people use my referral links, you can see on the screen, Ty600, that's my Instagram. I try to give value back to you guys by creating travel videos. You can see a bunch of snowboarding videos, a bunch of travel videos. I think we had like Valentine's Day in Milan this past February, and this has a lot to do with people using my referral links. And so I try to give value back to you guys, getting more people involved and trying to get points and miles and cash back in all these categories. I try to use the referral points that you guys give me when you guys use it, and I just try to give you that value back. So maybe you can go to Park City one day if you would like, or you can go to Whistler, Canada, or you can, ski down the slopes in the Swiss Alps. This summer, we got some pretty big plans, and I will be documenting it all. I will document every single bit of it, even like short travel. We went to Nashville back in January, and that just reminded me, I got to do that review of that Conrad Nashville, which was really nice. That French toast was amazing. I am hard on French toast. I am a tough customer on French toast. That was the best French toast I've ever had in my life. And I made sure I went downstairs and I told them that. But that's just an example of how I use the referral links. And I appreciate anyone who's ever used a referral link of mine. I hope that I've given you some value back through either Instagram or YouTube. And, now we're even. I don't know if we're even, but, at least it allowed me to help other people. But yeah, that would be the top 5 mistakes that people are making. Let me know what you think of these top 5 mistakes in the comment section. What's one mistake that you've made that you would hope that other people wouldn't make? I did say I would spit a little bit when we got to 10 likes, and I guess we have, so I gotta be a man of my word. Let me see what I can think of. Nobody has anything in the comment section for or credit card mistakes. No one's got anything? Y'all just want me to spit these bars real quick and then hop off? Hold on. Leanne Carter says, I missed out on two-part bonus once. Was it the Southwest card by chance? JetBlue business card. Yeah. Missing out on bonus is the worst because you'll be thinking about that even years down the line. I think about that IG. I clearly think about that IG cards missed bonus to this day. So yeah, you'll definitely be thinking about that. Mike Cole said, I don't care what anybody says. Noble credit cannot be stopped. Leanne Carter says, I appreciate that, Mike Cole. Leanne Carter says, I missed the second part of the spend by about $30. Yeah, that's a rough one. I remember when I missed the spend for the IG card and I hit up Chase. I like secured message. I was like, guys, if I would have known I was supposed to spend that money, I've easily spent it. I can spend it right now. Give me an extension. So I feel the pain. All right, guys, I told you I would spit a little bit for you guys. You guys know I'm active duty military, right? And I really do this to help you guys. Try to help everyone. I try to help active duty military as well. But I can't deny that they counted me out when I chose to enlist. These credit card companies gotta be pissed. I'm doing the most, got more apps than these folks. They get popular cause like I'm following trends. I know all the rules, not 522, it's 524. I'm teaching a bit. The channel's on fire, it's about to be lit. 6 figures in my credit limit. I'm feeling like Sebi in all of my vids, but I'm Noble Gangman, there's Noble Credit. I do not condone paying any interest. Credits could go up like it's on the ski lift. Alright, that's all you get for right now. Yeah, Leon Carter says I'm still kicking myself. Well, I appreciate everybody joining me for this video, and I'm gonna let you guys be. How did we get more viewers? Wait, did the viewers go up when I started rapping? The viewers actually did just go up just now. Oh, that's crazy. And we're at 11 likes. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, even after years of missing a sign up bonus, it's gonna be kicking you. My co out here showing love. Said, I don't care what anyone says. Noble Credit cannot be stopped. I appreciate the support, Mike. Appreciate that. It's crazy that we got more viewers when I decided to start rapping. Oh, we got 12 likes too. The likes went up, views went up. It seems like the views did go up when I started rapping. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Because I'm getting free flights like a flight attendant. I sound like I rap Burberry on my hip. I put you in the lounge. It won't cost you mileage. He say he won't cost, so I'm giving them bossy that SCRA working his benefit. I'm not trying to start a fire in here, guys. My car game is vicious, not being suspicious, but I manufactured a way to pay rent. If I get in the jam, then I'm using plastic, swimming in the points and I'm getting seasick. Shout out to my squad, man, I'm using my schwab, I make fees disappear, I call that a card trick. See, I got cars that be giving free nights. If you listen and you hitting the like, sign up on this as I be getting free flights. You get dropped from my channel for hitting dislike. If I swipe it, it's switch. I wish I had the wrist to say Ver is orange like Sunny D like Sapphire Reserve on me when I die. City Prestige on me when it's time. Platinum car be on me when I fly. All right, I gotta get out of here before I burn this place down. The bars is too far. Jesus said bars. Facts. But yeah, that's it. You guys enjoy your night. I'm Noble Credit. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe on your way out, and let me know what mistakes that you would want others to avoid. Maybe they'll see it and maybe they'll help someone out there. Peace.